Welcome you guys to the FDVN Law Firm's channel. Today we are going to talk about work permits for foreigner employees in Vietnam. As you know, the world is steadily developing, so a lot of foreigners are working in Vietnam as a result of integration. There are many legal issues has arisen in this context, and the most common one is the work permits for foreigner employees. Most people concerned about whether foreigner employees are required to have a work permit. Foreigners working in Vietnam have to obtain the work permit, except for the case specified in Article 154 of the All Labor Code 2019 and Section 2, Step 2 of the Decree No. 152 2020 NDCP. We have a five case. Pursuant to the Vietnam laws, and foreigner employees is not required to have a work permit if he or she is the owner of the capital contributors of a limited liability companies with a capital contribution value of at least $3 billion. Second, he or she is the chairperson or a member of the board of directors of a choice stock companies with a capital contribution value of at least $3 billion. Third, he or she is in charge company's transferees with the 11 status in the schedules of commitment in the service between Vietnam and WTO. Fourth, he or she enters Vietnam to hold the position of a manager, executive, expert, or technical worker for periods of work of less than 30 days and up to 3 times a year. And the last case is thus if. Fifth, a foreign lawyer who has been granted a lawyer's practicing certificate in Vietnam in accordance with the law and a lawyer. Coming back to the issuance of work permits, so what are the documents required for issuing it in Vietnam? To be granted the work permits, foreigners need to prepare the following papers. First, a fit need to work certificate issued within 12 months. Second, a police certificate or any relevant document issued within 6 months before the submission date of the application. Third, rule as manager, executive, expert, technical worker as follows. A. Proof as managers, executives. B. For experts, attain at least a bachelor's degree or equivalent, at least 3 years experience or at least 5 years experience in corresponding with the job position. C. For technical workers, has been trained in technical field or another majors for at least 1 year and has worked for at least 3 years in his or her trained field or obtained at least 5 years experiences in corresponding with the job position. Some other papers related to the business life and field that he or she will be appointed in Vietnam. Fourth, to color photo for sentiment and the sentiment side white background front views that had no color glasses taken within 6 months before the submission date application. Fifth, acceptance of demand of foreign worker unless it is not required. Sixth, a valid certified copy of passport as per the law. Documents relevant to the foreigner worker about the foreigner worker from an intercompany transfer program. He or she must obtain the document issued by the foreign company to send him or her to the worker of consular presence of the company in the Vietnam territory. And the document justifying that he or she has been recruited by the foreign company at least 12 consecutive months prior to the transfer date. About the foreign worker providing service under contract. The service contract concluded between Vietnamese and foreign partners. It requires a document just writing that he or she has worked for a foreign company that had no conscious presence in Vietnam at least 2 years. In addition to the other relevant documents, depending on the form of the foreign employee working in Vietnam. Regarding the employers, what kind of document do they need prepared for recruiting and employing foreign workers? Well, coming back to the issuance of work permits, so what are? Does a document prepared and submitted by those employers? How about employers? If the employer wishes to employ foreign workers, they need to determine the demand for employing foreign workers in order to be accepted of that demand. Besides, employers have to support foreign workers into obtaining the work permits, sign labor contracts, and declare the employment status of the foreign worker read articles to the labor authorities. So now we move on to the next issue, that is the status for employing foreign workers. Employers have to determine the demands for employing foreign workers and at least 30 days before the day on which foreign workers are established to be the employers. The employer is subcontractors that determine the demand for foreign workers for every job position for which Vietnamese workers are underqualified and send a corresponding report to the Ministries of Labor, Welfare and Social Affairs, or the People Committees of Province of Center affiliated cities where the foreign workers are started to work. The Ministries of Labor, Welfare and Social Affairs, or the People Committees of Province shall issue a document specifying accepted job positions and non-accepted job positions. And thus are all information about the work permits for foreigners in Vietnam that we want to share with you guys. If you have any question, please tell us in the comment section down below. If you love this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the FDVN Law Firm channel to be notified if we release more helpful videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.